This is the real reason why it's so hard to break out of loops. And I'm not going to preach to you in this video. I'm not going to preach to you as if I'm at the top of the mountain with it all figured out. I am in the trenches with you. And even though my work, my content, my whole mission is around helping people break out of recurring patterns in their life, I'm not leading from the other side. I'm leading from moving through this process myself. And I want to talk about that in this video. So first of all, welcome if you're new here. My name is Tobias. I'm a guide and initiator for driven humans who are ready to step into the next level of their life and break through the recurring loops and patterns that keep them circling an old reality. You know what that loop is. The relationship dramas and patterns that keep recreating, the ceiling in your business or money that you keep hitting, the health challenges, the healing loops that never end. There's a loop in your life that if you're still watching this video, you probably know what that is right now. At the very least, you can kind of get a sense of it. Everything that I teach and share are teachings around how to break through these loops that most self-help, spiritual content, etc. doesn't talk about. And the reason why I've discovered these is through my own battle, and it has been a battle with my own recurring loops and patterns in my life. And everything that I teach is around allowing and surrender, releasing control, recognizing that the things that you're trying to fix, heal, and overcome in your life are not problems to be fixed, healed, or overcome. They're protective strategies in your nervous system that a part of you is identified with, that a deeper part of you really is afraid to let go of, that an even deeper part of you loves. There's a part of us that loves these loops, loves the pain, loves the drama, loves the story, loves the identity of being the one who is still stuck in the same pattern. And if you've watched any of my videos or content, you'll have heard these before. You'll know this. What I want to just share with you really honestly today is that even knowing all of this stuff and teaching it and sharing it and embodying it and practicing it, I still get caught. I still get caught. Last night, in fact, really for much of the last month or so, I've been moving through a relationship pattern in my life. There's an old part of me that has this story around relationships, that I never get chosen by the ones that I want. This is a very old pattern. And I've done a lot of work on it. I've done a lot of healing, a lot of processing, a lot of inner child work, a lot of, trauma healing and all these things. And yet still the loop keeps recreating. I'm not going to go into the specifics of how it shows up or how it has recently. But last night I was really in it. I was really in it. And here's the thing, right? The ego is so sneaky. It's so clever. It will always find new ground to stand on. Every insight that you receive, every new understanding that lands, every new practice, every breakthrough, this little pesky ego that's not really an enemy, it's just it's not an enemy, it's just a survival pattern that wants to stay alive and is trying to keep you safe and thinks that it is doing that, will go and plant its flag on that new territory and go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, surrender. We're going to surrender. We're going to allow. We're going to accept these loops. We're going to, we're already whole. We're already it. Which is many of the kind of teachings and energy of what I share. And the thing is, anything that isn't the actual felt embodied recognition of that truth is not it. It's your mind's definition of it. And yeah, truth is, I feel a little bit uncomfortable right now. The pattern in my life is that I have a performer mask. There's various masks that we learn to wear. One of them is the performer. The performer is the person that learned that, and as actually many people in my audience and my clients tend to be, we're the people that learn that our love is conditional on how well we perform. You might be about to hear a train go past. I don't know if you can hear that train. You probably can. I'll listen back to it on the audio. This is the first time I've recorded in this new home that I'm in. I'm in a sublet in somewhere. Well, I'll tell you, I'm in Brighton. And there's a train that goes past my window. So this is now part of the videos when I do these. Anyway, there's a part of me that feels edgy sharing this with you. And the performer is the part that learned that we're only loved when we perform, when we achieve, when we're the best. Now, I've talked about this in past videos, but just to give a bit of context for my life, I went to boarding school from the age of 8. And I learned at boarding school that the better I was at sport, at music, at drama, at academia, the better I was as a person, as the boarding school idea of a boy, as a person. I'm getting another train now, so we're just going to have to deal with it. The better I was, the higher I performed, the more I was loved, the more I was accepted. Actually, really, it was the more safe I was. Now, let me know in the comments if you resonate with that. Whether you went to boarding school or not, the fact is you probably at some level have a performer mask, where you believe your worth is tied to what you do, what you achieve, and how well you do it. Because this video and my work and my audience is generally full of driven, ambitious humans who want to create change. But deep down, that drive is often coming from a belief that you're not enough, that you're not whole, that you're not already it. And that belief can be broken open and challenged and seen through 1,000 times. But this part is still going to grip. It's still going to stay alive. Eventually it lets go. But the whole point of this is recognizing that everything that you've been trying to do to fix the part keeps it alive. Why? Because it's an old memory of you. Something you experienced, and probably beyond that, ancestors, maybe even past lives, who knows. But this thing is gripping for dear life to try and keep you alive. And so there's going to be so many layers to it. There's going to be so many layers, so many moments where you break through and you're like, oh yeah, I've got it. And then a few weeks or months later, you're like, fuck, I didn't get it. It's still here. It's like that meme of the octopus. I don't know if you've ever seen this. There's an octopus holding onto a rock. And it's like, got one of its tentacles in the air and it's like, I'm letting go. See, I'm learning to let go. This is what we do. This is what we do. You are an octopus, but probably whatever 1,000 million version of an octopus is. You've got all these little tentacles gripping on to the old story. And the work is layer by layer by layer by layer, meeting those parts, loving them into release. It's not always easy. I'll tell you that for free. It's not easy. Any of my one-to-one clients at the moment going through this work with me will know that it's confronting work, but every single time it's relieving as well, because it's like, oh yeah, it's like being sick. I said this to one of my clients recently. A little bit like vomiting. You don't want to do it. You really don't like that feeling. You're like, I don't want this to come up. It doesn't feel right. But when it comes up, oh yeah, then you're free. Until the next one comes along, of course. If you've ever had a really bad vomiting bug, you'll know that you just got to keep going until it's all gone. That's a little bit like what we're doing here. The amazing thing is that once you have the awareness of how this works and you have the tools to help catch yourself in real time, and one of the tools that I'm really using at the moment is AI, by the way. And yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about that because I'm running a workshop very soon that is going to be teaching how you break the loops through allowing, through my process that I call radical allowing. Instead of trying to fix, heal, and overcome yourself, you start to love yourself at a deeper level, not just as like some love and light self-love affirmation, which actually often these affirmations are not actually it. They're still coming from fear, but as an actual tangible thing that your nervous system and body can feel. It's a process that we can do. And one of the things that I'm going to create for that as a bonus is an AI to help with this, because it's a very powerful tool. But the point is, I was really in this loop. And when you're in it, you won't come out of it until you're ready to see out of it, until you're ready to come out of it. This is why people will circle for years and years and years and years. And some people, a lot of people will come and watch my content and they'll see these things and they'll keep circling. And here's the honest truth. Deep down, it's because you love it. There's a thing called your existential kink, right? And the content, the context, the concept of this, which I actually think is quite easy to grasp. If you imagine and accept that we live in an infinite universe, everything is all connected. We all come from one infinite source, infinite creator that chose to experience itself by forgetting itself, right? That's generally the sort of the idea of oneness, the spiritual truth and philosophy that all philosophies point towards. So as long as you can understand and accept that, and you understand that truth, and you can also understand that you came here to experience this life that you're currently experiencing, including all of its pain, all of its problems, all of its issues, to the part of you that already knows that it's infinite and free. Isn't that enjoyable at some level? Like when you watch a movie, you want to feel the full spectrum of emotions. You want to feel the fear. You want to feel the joy. You want to feel the lightness. Yeah, but you want to feel tension. You want to feel uncertainty. A good movie needs the ups and downs. A good video game needs the ups and downs. Well, this is life's video game. This is the best movie there is. We knew that when we came here. And yet, when you're really in it and it feels really real, it's not easy. So there's not a sort of huge point to this video other than just to share that, that compassion is the greatest tool on this path. Real compassion for yourself. And actually, compassion doesn't necessarily, it's not like sympathetic. It's like really understanding that, yeah, you know what? This is what we came here for. And we pick ourselves up again and again. And we go again. So the loops are stubborn. Because part of you loves the loop. And even me, someone who is here to help guide and teach you how to move through these patterns in your life, even I still get stuck. It's quite a loud train, that one. I'm just assuming you can hear the trains because they're pretty bloody loud, so I'm surprised if you couldn't. You're just going to have to deal with them, to be honest. I'm not going to edit this video. So, be compassionate with yourself, is I guess what the point of this video is. And, the more you can laugh, the moments where you catch yourself and you come out the other side and you recognize, oh yeah, I was in it again, the better. As I already mentioned, I'm running a workshop soon. This workshop is going to be called Break the Loop. And it is all about introducing my process of radical allowing. So if you have been feeling like you have been stuck, working on yourself, healing, hustling, grinding, pushing, trying to fix, change, and overcome a situation, a pattern, a loop in your life that you keep recreating, and you want to understand why everything that you've done so far is actually just reinforcing that loop, making it stronger, making it deeper, and what actually you need to do to shift this, then this workshop is for you. The things that I'm going to be teaching are very advanced, high level, powerful, deep, and can create a very rapid shift. And also, as part of the kind of point of what this video is here to tell you as well, this is not a magic bullet, silver bullet, do this one 90-minute workshop and you're fixed forever. It's not the point of this workshop. Because you already are fixed. You already are whole. And yet, there's still a process of life to move through. But what this is here to give you is an understanding and a methodology and a practice and some tools that are going to make moving through that far easier, more natural, more powerful, more joyful, and less like you're banging your head against a wall all the time. Even though there will still be moments of that. But when you apply these things that I'm going to be teaching you, then the wall becomes a little soft pillow. It's kind of the point. So, depending on when I upload this video, that might already be live. Check the link in the description. Drop a comment if that sounds juicy and it's not there, then I will make sure that I share it with you. And I'll see you in that workshop. There will be some early bird tickets, about less than half the price of the full ticket, so get on that. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.